For 26 days, I have been the only person alive who knows what's in Box 41. I make $16 an hour scanning old paper, and I think I'm holding something that rewrites literary history. Some background on how unqualified I am for this. I'm a digitization assistant at a university library. Not a professor, not a curator, not even a grad student anymore. I washed out of my master's program 2 years ago. My job is to take dead people's papers out of acid-free boxes, lay them flat, photograph them, log them, and put them back. It's assembly line work for people who like quiet. The permanent staff barely know my name. I'm the scanner guy. Last month, they put me on a low-priority collection. 47 boxes from the estate of a woman who died in 1991. She'd been a small-town typing instructor. The library only accepted the donation because her nephew was an alumnus and wouldn't stop calling. The finding aid literally described the collection as minimal research value. Boxes 1 through 40 agreed. Recipe cards, church bulletins, 40 years of electric bills, God help me. Then box 41. Under a stack of sheet music wrapped in a pillowcase was a bundle of typed pages tied with shoelaces, maybe 180 pages, and a rubber-banded brick of letters. I almost logged the whole thing as manuscript unidentified and moved on. That's the part that keeps me up at night. I almost moved on, but the first page had no title, just a date, 1958, and an opening paragraph that made me physically stop because I'd read that paragraph before. Anyone who took a 20th century lit class has read that paragraph. It's the opening of one of the most famous American novels of that decade, a book whose author published this one masterpiece, and then, famously, nothing else ever. Entire careers have been spent on the mystery of why, except the paragraph in my hands wasn't identical. It was earlier, rougher, a draft. The letters explained the rest, and this is what I've verified 11 different ways since. The typing instructor wasn't a typing instructor who happened to own this. The letters, decades of them, in the author's documented handwriting, which I've now compared against 3 digitized archives until my eyes burned, lay out a working relationship nobody has ever written about. She didn't just type the famous book from his drafts. The margins are full of her corrections, in her hand, and his letters thank her for them. Not typos. Structure. Endings. In one letter, he calls a chapter ours, and the 180-page manuscript in the pillowcase? It's dated 3 years after his last known writing. It's the second novel, the one every biography says never existed. I have not told a single soul. I know how insane that sounds. Here's what a month of secret keeping has done to me. I photographed my work log so no one can quietly reassign the collection. I asked casually, fake yawning, whether Box 41's shelf range was scheduled for anyone else, and my heart pounded so hard I thought the reference librarian could hear it. Every morning I check the auction news and the literary journals, terrified that some cousin somewhere has a second copy. I've stopped going to trivia night. My girlfriend asked why I flinch when my phone buzzes. I told her work stress, which is the truth wearing a disguise. Why not just tell my supervisor? Because I've been in this field, on its lowest rung, long enough to know exactly how this goes. The discovery gets elevated. A committee forms, a curator presents it. Somewhere in paragraph 9 of the press release, staff are thanked. The scanner guy is not a person to whom things like this get to happen, and this is the only important thing I have ever touched. But it's also bigger than me, and the weight finally cracked me. There's one scholar, retired now, who spent her whole career on the silence, 3 books trying to explain why he never wrote again. Her theories are taught everywhere. My box politely proves them wrong, and proves something better in their place. He never stopped writing. He stopped publishing without his collaborator, and no one ever knew there was a collaborator. 2 nights ago at 1 a.m., I found her contact page, still live, and wrote her. Deleted it 9 times. The version I sent was 4 sentences. Who I am, what's in Box 41, 3 photographed pages attached, and an apology if I'm wasting her time. Then I lay on my kitchen floor and waited to feel stupid. 50 minutes later, is the pillowcase referenced anywhere in the finding aid? Answer carefully. I wrote back, no, nobody's opened it since 1954, just me. Her reply is now taped inside my notebook. Then you and I are the only 2 people on Earth who know she existed. Don't rescan anything. I land Thursday.